Are you desperate to finally escape feast or famine months in your business and attract consistent, high quality clients? We've worked with hundreds of creative business owners over the years and discovered there's only really one way of marketing for high paying clients that's quick and easy. And it's potentially all you need to attract more consistent inquiries and sales in your business. So today I'm going to share with you a workshop that I did that shares the exact framework to make this happen. How to position for high paying clients, how to build out one simple automated funnel that converts dream clients on autopilot, and how to attract perfect fit leads without relying on referrals. So let's take a look at that exact system that will scale your business. What you're about to learn is a predictable way to get 3 to 5 inquiries every week, how to increase your prices and attract high quality clients, how to be in control of your business and finally get the time to work on it and not just in it, and how to have a huge impact on your clients and be seen as the go-to in your niche. Big warning for you guys. You are not going to be able to unlearn what you're about to discover. It is going to completely open your eyes to what's possible, and I doubt you'll be able to go back to the old way of running your business after this workshop. It's going to blow your mind. Now, this is the fastest and easiest way to scale beyond 6 figures in your business, but without all the bad parts that you're probably going through at the moment. So when I'm saying that, I'm talking about things like things aren't working out, so just add another offer or a thing to our business. We don't have to do that to scale beyond 6 figures. We also don't have to rely on social media where you're just sporadically posting because you're panicking about getting client for the next month. And you don't have to rely on referrals and word of mouth anymore. It's nice that they're nice to have, but they shouldn't be the thing that scales your creative business, and they won't be able to do that. So before I do dive in, this is me. This is James. We are partners in every sense of the word. We are business partners, we are life partners, and we're also parents to our wee one little Jude. So we struggled for years to learn this stuff. We had this really big dream. We're obsessed with creating freedom. So when I asked you at the beginning, what was the one thing that you wanted to create your business for us, it was freedom. We always wanted to travel. We didn't want to have a boss. We wanted to live life completely on our terms. But it was not as simple as it sounds, which I'm sure you can all imagine because I know you're on the roller coaster with us. So we launched Betsy and Francis, which was a branding agency back in 2018. Now, at that time, we were living in Australia and I was working out in West Sydney, and it was my first designer job I could get. And it was designing plaques on tombstones. And I actually spelled quite a few of the plaques wrong. I don't know how I didn't get fired, probably because nobody else didn't want the job. So I would go to this ultra depressing job all day, and then we would go home and we would just work evenings, we would work weekends, and we would just try and make our dream work. Now, we were just exhausted, as you can imagine. I was commuting into work, and then the evenings and weekends we were trying to build up our dream, but we had no idea what we were doing. And we couldn't afford to live in Sydney anymore. We were exhausted, and we're like, you know what? We're going to put 100% into our business. We're going to make this work. So it meant, because of that reason, excuse me, we had to move home. So we had to pack up our home, we put it in storage, and we're like, right, we'll give ourselves 3 months back in the UK. We'll go to Bank of Mum and Dad and we'll just live off our savings, and then we'll get a flight back to Australia and our business will be booming by the time we do. So we gave ourselves 3 months. Now, we did actually just sit at kitchen tables the whole time. We were just working, trying to figure out, we were getting referrals at this point. We were getting like word of mouth clients, but as you can probably imagine, they weren't great. They weren't aligned. They weren't really paying what we wanted to charge. And we didn't feel like we could scale a business off it. It felt completely unsustainable. I was done at this point. It was nearly 12 months in. And I was just like, I am so done. I just can't do this anymore. This is actually worse than a 9-to-5. It was a branding agency. So I was like, James, I think a 9-to-5 would be better than this, because it's like, we don't have any freedom here. And at the time he was on YouTube, which he always is. He loves watching videos on YouTube. And he stumbled across this video, and it was about this automated sales funnel, but with a twist. And I'll go into the twist later, and I'll show you the whole thing. And it completely changed our business. It was the one thing that we needed before we gave up that completely changed our business. So if you are feeling a little bit down in the dumps, or you feel really exhausted and tired of relying on referrals and word of mouth for you running your business, know that I don't want you to quit. I don't want you to give up. I don't want you to stay where you are. You are so close to a big moment happening for you. And it's just what you do now is going to dictate that. So by January of 2020, we flew back to Australia. We got our first ever cold inquiry through. Not a friend of a friend, not a referral. And we just couldn't believe it. We're like, oh my God, this actually works. There's something to this. By August 2020, that 1 month alone, we had 24 cold inquiries come through into our inbox. And then by December 2020, we'd finally hit our first 100K. So now what we get to do is we get to teach creatives like you the formula to do this exactly so that you can build your business, your dream, and you can live life on your terms. Now, the methods that we are about to teach you, they are proven in the creative, the coaching, and the course industry space across the world. Joanna, she was a course creator. She went from trading time for money, charging hourly, to a 17K launch in around 4 months. Amy, she had her first 18K dream client come in under 4 months of implementing this exact system I'm teaching you today. Karen, she had a 28K dream client come in, and better yet, the client actually paid in full. And Juliana came to us, we doubled her income in less than 12 weeks. So give me 30 minutes. I'm going to break down this entire model for you. And by the end of it, you'll know exactly what you need to do. So if you are in this workshop, the chances are you are feeling a little bit like this right now. You're feeling exhausted, you're feeling overwhelmed, you're ambitious, you want to scale your business, and you want more freedom, time, and money, but you're kind of unsure what to concentrate on. So you are trying a bit of this, bit of that, but you're spreading yourself too thin, and it's probably not getting you too many results. Is that right? Pop a little yes if that's you. You're desperate for just something, just give me something, give me the step-by-step, give me the roadmap, give me whatever it is, and I will do it. You're probably at that point in your life right now. And also, you probably don't want to keep coming to these free workshops. As fun as they are, you're like, no, I'm sick of jigsawing all the information together. Yeah. Okay, John, Laura, thank you. If you want to feel excited about your business again and you want to see your bank balance increase and go up, and you want a business that is growing and is profitable, then this is for you. So really quickly before we dive in, I just want to make sure that you know you're in the right place if you're a creative service provider. So designers, photographers, interior designers, filmmakers, copywriters, VAs, social media managers. If you have a service that, or you offer a one-to-one or a group or a program, you're in the right place. This is not for you if you're a product-based business. We love you, but we can't help you. If you're less than 12 months into business, you already need to have a business with clients. You sell low-cost services, or you're not interested in charging premium prices, and you don't love what you do, you're only doing it for the money. But I already know none of you are here because of that reason. Okay, so let's dive in. We've got a lot to cover. So the 4 things we'll be covering today. The 5 biggest mistakes that separate struggling creatives from those who have a multiple 6-figure business. How to strip back and scale through simplicity by making 3 times more. How to get off that feast or famine revenue roller coaster and attract, nurture, and convert quality leads within 1 to 3 months. And how to unlock an unstoppable flood of high quality leads into your business. So first up, let's take a look at these mistakes. So what I want to say before I say all the mistakes you're probably making is that I understand how hard it is. We followed into so many pitfalls when we first started our business, and you're trying your best. There's so much conflicting advice online. You're probably looking at marketing here, there, and everywhere. You're probably watching all these people that have the secret formula and the silver bullet, and you're just so confused, and you're trying to kind of haphazard it all together yourself. These are the most common pitfalls I see when creatives come to us looking for help. Let me know you relate to any of these. So the first mistake is that they are undercharging themselves. So if you are keeping your prices low, even though you know the value you bring is way more than the price you're charging, then you're undercharging yourself. So the thing is, because you have lower prices, they don't always work to attract the best types of clients in who are invested in getting the best results. So it means that you actually don't end up really working on projects you want to or clients you want to because they don't give you that creative license. But it also means that you're not left with much profit at the end of that month. You can maybe just about pay your bills. The second mistake is that you are offering way too much. So if you are panicking because you're thinking that the problem is the offer and you're just creating lots of different offers and you're feeling like a bit like a Swiss Army knife where you've got this and you've got that and you don't necessarily want to sell what you're offering, but you know you can do it, so you accept it in. What happens is you don't look like a specialist. So think of it like an you can eat buffet. Like, who talks about those places? Who says, I can't wait to go to that place? It's convenient, it's cheap, it does the job if you're hungry, but you don't really write home about it. Is that right? So when you have a business that offers lots of different things, you're not seen as a specialist. You're seen as kind of convenience price-based service. What I want you to do is position yourself as a Michelin star restaurant. So you have a very select few on the menu. They're the best of the best of what you do. You're seen as the specialist, and people will travel a long way to see you and to book you. When you do this, you can position your prices much higher and you attract much better clients. The third mistake is that you're relying on referrals and word of mouth to grow your business. So when you're relying on inconsistent leads to scale, you don't know when they're coming into your business. So it's unpredictable, it's unreliable, and you can't scale off that. Where if you have a consistent lead generation machine, you have a predictable and scalable way to grow your business. So if you at the moment are relying on referrals and word of mouth, it's got you to a certain point, but you probably can't get past that income that you're stuck at the moment. Is anyone stuck at income? They're like, I just can't get past 10K months, or I just can't get past 7K months. No matter what I do, I can't get past it. It's probably because you don't have your own system. You're relying on referrals and word of mouth to grow your business. So you're constantly posting on social media. If that's you and you feel like you're relying on those referrals and word of mouth, but the months that you don't get it, you panic. Does anyone panic post and they just throw something out like, oh God, I need to get a client. I'm just going to post something and hope for the best? Who's a panic poster? Pop your hand up if you're a panic poster. Yeah, it does create burnout, Max, you're right. So when we are relying on referrals and word of mouth and that dries up, we go to Instagram. But when we go to Instagram, we don't have a strategy. Or we go to LinkedIn or we post something out of panic. We don't have a strategy for it. And because we don't have a strategy for it and we're seeming inconsistent to our clients and they don't really trust us because we're there 1 minute and then we're gone the next when it's a feast a month, and then we're back when it's famine, and creates distrust. So it feels like a gamble when you're on social media. You don't really know whether it's going to work for you that month or the next. So all those ways of growing a business are completely unpredictable for your growth. Finally, not investing in your business. So if you feel that you kind of ended up here from the freelancer route. You've gone into a business and then you're like, oh, actually, I'm a business owner and I need to start doing stuff. But you just kind of get to where you are because referrals and word of mouth are coming in, so it feels quite cruisy. But you're not investing in the knowledge to then grow your business and become pretty much a salesperson, because you're a creative, but you're also your number one marketer and salesperson. And if you're not invested in that knowledge, you're going to continue to just create a job for yourself, not a business, which doesn't give you the longevity you're going to need. So it's about shifting from that mindset of I'm a freelancer to I'm a business owner. Who relates to those mistakes? 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. What is it that you relate to the most? Undercharging, offering way too much, social media. What is the thing that struck a chord with you? What are the biggest ones, guys? I want to know. Undercharging, undercharging, all of them, all of them, all of them. Okay. Yeah, you probably you probably should stay for the whole 30 minutes. I'm just gonna say. Don't worry, guys, we're gonna figure this out. We're gonna figure this out. Okay, so second up, we have how to strip your business back to scale through simplicity to make 3 times more. So more is not better. I kind of briefly spoke about this in the mistake. So as creatives, we usually offer a lot. We're like that Swiss Army knife, but it doesn't mean that we should. So what happens when you offer a lot is you're not seen as that expert in your field, which inevitably means you can't charge premium prices. You'll always struggle. So when I say this, I usually refer to them as pick and mix businesses. So they have multiple price points, they have multiple offers, they have multiple packages. Oh, what do you want? Okay, yeah, I can do that for you. I'll figure something out. So we don't have kind of like a strict menu, like I said. So what you're attracting with this is varied budgets, varied needs, and varied businesses. What this inevitably means is that you are not seen as that specialist. So you'll have very small amount of profit. You'll probably have enough just to kind of keep the business going. The prices will always stay low because you're not seen as that specialist. And you'll have really slow growth that will take years as opposed to months because people are really unsure what you're even a specialist in at this point. Yes, Max, it takes so much time creating varied packages. 100% agree. And I'm going to show you how to change that. So what this means is you're going to be seen as a commodity. So if you have a lot of clients at the moment that are kind of pushing back on price, you're seen as a commodity. So they're coming to you for price. They're a price-based buyer themselves. They're not coming to you as like a loyal customer that is happy to invest. You're going to also struggle to charge premium prices, which means you can't scale your business. You're also going to stay stuck working in your business and not on it. Who says this all the time? Like, I just want to work on my business, but I'm so stuck behind the tools. I'm so stuck at my laptop doing the client work or managing my contractors. I don't have any time to actually scale my business. Yeah, literally, Siobhan. So this is going to fix that for you. What we focus on and what we're going to ask you to do is focus on these 3 things. And this is what we call the scalable trifecta. And it does it in your business so quickly, it's like quite ridiculous. First is the niche. So we just want one niche. Where's my finger? One offer and one price point. You can scale your business to multiple 6 figures with that exact system. So when I'm talking about the niche, you need to find a niche that is actually profitable because you might have a niche now that is actually never going to give you the income that you want. So you need to ask yourself these 3 questions. Can you help them? Can they pay you? Do you like them? I know my face is in the way. Do you like them? And the most important question really is, can they pay you? Because you might love them, but they're always paying late. They're always asking for a deal. And it's always back and forth because you'll have more energy go into a low cost client and more time than you will a high ticket client. High ticket clients are busy. They're already successful. They're ambitious. They don't micromanage. They just want you to handle it while they're busy doing their own thing. A low cost client will micromanage, will want to be involved in all the process, will want to have creative license, and will be a nightmare, will be back and forth. Does anyone have one of those at the moment? We love them, but yeah, goodness, they help us to get our business in a better place as systems and processes. So let me give you an example. If your niche is the wellness space, and by wellness space, you really love salons and nail beauticians and more of the low cost services. What I want you to do is stay in wellness niche, but instead go into the elite space. So spas, Pilates, studios, yoga, anyone that has got an actual like bricks and mortar or an established business in that space, that you can then move your niche into, because it's the same niche, but one of it is like kind of one level's not profitable and the other level is profitable. So it's about looking at, do you like them? Can you help them? And can they pay you? Okay, next up, we're on the offer. So with the offer, it's all around transformation. So we really want to make sure that what you're selling, the price tag, is on the transformation that they get, not on the actual tools that get them there. Does that make sense? So when that happens, it means that you can grow a profitable business because you're selling a transformation. So instead of selling like, oh, you get a logo and colors and fonts and this and that, no one's going to pay like 10K for that. But they will pay 10K for being booked out, for being seen as the go-to in their industry, for competing with their competitors, for attracting the best types of clients to their business. That's what they'll pay for. And as soon as you position your business like that, that's when you have a profitable and repeatable system. And that's when you can actually attract fewer clients into your business at high ticket prices. So you've got more time to actually grow the business and less time trying to deal with lots of different clients in different situations. And then finally, we're on to the price point. So we want to charge a premium price point, at least 3K. If you're all creatives here, like at least 5K, because when it comes to design, people will pay a high price for that. We've had clients that have literally like 3 times their prices overnight and they got a client the next day. It's how we package it. It's not about changing much in your business. It's about how we communicate the value to them. So again, we're going to price on that value, not on the kind of the service or the tools to get them there. And this is when you have that scalable business model where you can really hit those 20, 30K months with maybe just 4 or 5 clients a month. So this is Beth. She's the owner of Studio Jax. So Beth came to us and she was just basically a Swiss Army knife. She was charging so little for her services. And she was like, Nicole, like, I don't know how I'm doing this, but I've ended up like tech support. Like they're just asking me if I can help them like link up the Calendly and do all this and do all that. And she ended up just offering way, way too much. She was juggling so many clients because everyone was throwing their friends at her because she was low cost and she was getting a lot of referrals and it stopped her marketing. So she was offering social media, photography, content, tech support, web design. She was charging per hour and she was juggling multiple clients. So she had 0 time to work on her business and she had very little profit come in. So she came to us and she was so burnt out and she was like, I just don't see like how I can change this around. Literally within a few months, she focused and used the scalable trifecta to sell just web design. She had less clients and more income because she basically like 3 or 4 times her rate overnight. She stopped charging hourly and she charged that package rate at 3 times more to attract dream clients willing to invest. So she's actually booked out now. So in a few months of just being with us and installing this system, she was completely booked out. And she's a single mom. She was busy with clients and she still managed to install this in. So like it doesn't take too long. It's just the clarity you need to then be able to scale your business with the right types of clients. So if you are installing this system into your business, you will attract only the best types of clients to you who are willing to invest. You'll be seen as that specialist whilst you're saving time in your business. So you can work on your business, you can work on your marketing, on your growth, and you're no longer trading time for money, which means that overnight you can pretty much charge 2, 3, sometimes even 4 times more. It's all about scaling on simplicity. So when we can step back from that guessing game of like, because at the moment you're probably getting clients in, you're probably not thinking about the long-term growth of your business. You're probably not thinking, okay, well, I want to make 30K months. How can I make that happen? And then reverse engineer it. But if you can step away from that and you can actually create that long-term plan and we can start to reverse engineer those results that you want, then it becomes less of a guessing game and more of a predictable growth strategy. So if you look at it as your services right now, let's say you offer at least 4K for like your lowest tier, that's 3 clients per month, which is 12K, and that average business converts at about 3K. So when I say that, if you have 100 people come to your business, on average, about 3 of them will naturally convert to become your client. So all of a sudden, you know how to get 3 to 4 clients per month. It's just about then upping your lead gen and getting as many people to see and have eyes on your business as possible. And I'll go into lead gen in a minute so you know exactly what I mean by that and how to do that for your business. So if you can see here, with the scalable trifecta, you can grow your business so much quicker into much higher income brackets than if you had a pick and mix business, because a pick and mix business keeps you really busy, keeps you working with clients, but you don't really get to grow past that income that you're stuck at currently. Whereas the scalable trifecta, one premium price, one premium client, and one premium offer would get you into those 20K months in a matter of months as opposed to years. Okay, I'm going to move my head here because it's a little bit of a put off, isn't it? How to get off the feast-or-famine revenue roller coaster and attract, nurture, and convert quality leads in 1 to 3 months. So, most creatives live on that feast-or-famine roller coaster. Does anyone else say yes if you live in feast-or-famine right now? I'll pop your hand up. I'm wondering how many yeses are going to come in right now. Defo, 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 yes, yes, yes. Yeah, yes. So many. Okay. So you're all living on this feast-or-famine roller coaster, which is some months you're like, yeah, oh my God, life is amazing. I love my business. This is so cool. And then the next month you're like, oh my God, like I can't even I'm eating beans on toast for the next week. This is awful. We don't want you to live like that. Beans on toast is the best though. I had it for my tea last night and sometimes you just can't beat it, you know? So when you're feeling flush, it's amazing. But when you're in famine months and you're struggling to pay the bills, then the anxiety you will have is just awful. I remember it really well. Now, this happens because you are relying on mostly referrals and word of mouth for your growth of your business. So what you're doing is you are relying on somebody else to market your business for you. How unpredictable is that? It's unreliable, it's unscalable. We don't want anybody else in control of how your business grows and scales. We only want you in control of it. We don't want you relying on somebody of a friend to say, oh yeah, I worked with them and they were great, go to them. You can't do that. Like your nervous system is going to be shot. So when I say leads, I'm talking about getting your clients to book a call with you and get consistent client inquiries coming in. So what we call these people is leads. So if you have an Instagram and your website, how are they finding you? And then how are you converting them? Because a lot of you are waiting for that referral to come in instead of creating your own lead gen system. This funnel is your lead gen system in order to get consistent dream clients working with you. So this is your client's journey from cold. So cold is like never met you before, don't know you, don't like you, don't trust you at that point. How do we get them from there to all the way down the funnel, build trust, nurture them, emotional connection, and get them to convert as a dream client? So they're coming into your atmosphere at the moment through maybe some content marketing you're doing, the referrals that you have, your website, social media, maybe the odd post that you post out there. Now, as they come in, it's really important that we grow the trust as quickly as possible. Because when there's zero trust, they are never going to work with you. They need to have complete trust. Referrals and word of mouth, they've come from somebody that already trusts you, so they trust you. So they're the quickest and easiest way to convert somebody. When you're setting up your own system online and you've never met these people, it requires a lot more work in order to get them to buy from you. So we have to get that trust to 100 really quickly. Now, the best way to do that is to have multiple interactions and touch points throughout that funnel. So what I mean by this is if they see you on Instagram, how can we get them to take notice of you and to get them into a funnel through some kind of free download or guide or some kind of freebie that then they go into your email system and you can start to build trust through email. By the way, this is all automation. So you set it up once and it works for you. So what you will see is somebody that you've never met before on Instagram coming through, downloading something, going through your email sequence, automatically booking a call with you, and then you're just opening your calendar to book calls from dream clients that have already been predetermined to work with you because you've basically like primed them in a way that only speaks to high converting clients. Give me a little heads up if that all makes sense. Give me a little yes. Yes. Okay, amazing. So all it takes is 7 to 10 interactions with your brand before that client will make a purchasing decision, before that client will send an inquiry or book a call. The way we teach our clients is a booked call because it's the easiest way to convert them. So for you, that system will be getting them to book a call with you. You'll be giving like a free audit or a strategy session or a growth session or something that feels valuable, and then you'll be converting them. Now, the most mistakes I see when doing this is that you're relying on referrals and word of mouth or you're sporadically posting on Instagram. Neither of those have a sales funnel built in. So that's why your business will always stay in feast or famine because you don't have any funnel, you don't have any touch points. So this takes, because there's no way to kind of tag this person and see how they're behaving and how warm they are and how close they are to booking you, you will be waiting between 6 to 12 months to make a sale from that person. If you're lucky, because you might lose them. If you have that funnel set up with all those automations I just spoke about, and yes, it would be a free call, Michelle, then within 1 to 3 months, with that funnel and touch points, they will book a call to talk with you if they're an aligned lead. So if you can get 100 people into that funnel, usually within one to 3 months, you'd have at least 10 calls booked, but you'd have at least 3 of them that would book you for a job, for a project. Make sense? So can you see how this becomes a numbers game? And your growth, it really is predictable, and you can decide how much you want to grow your business this year. So Caitlin, she had really high hopes for this, but she was like, look, Nicole, I have a business on the side, which I'm trying to basically come to you to help me like grow it and scale it. I'm working for someone at like, I'm full-time employed. I'm getting married, I think she said. I've got so much going on. I just don't think I'm going to have the time to implement all this. So before she came to us, she was already really busy, but she knew something had to change. I was like, Caitlin, you're going to be fine. A little bit of hard work in the first few months, but then like the funnel will be built, it'll be automated, and like, you know, you'll be getting dream clients and booked calls happening for you. So she trusted me, thankfully. And within the 12 weeks that she was with us, she booked out 6 months in advance. She installed the funnel in 8 weeks and she doubled her prices, which meant she actually attracted better clients and projects, which actually meant she got better than projects and clients after that. So she was just scaling her business. It didn't take too long, even though she was manic, she managed to do it. So if you're thinking, oh, I really want to do this, but I'm just so scared because I'm already really busy, it is the biggest investment in time you'll ever make for just a few short weeks. And then it'll just be growing your business in a way that you don't actually have to be there. You don't have to be posting on Instagram. You don't have to be hoping that somebody refers their business to you. So finally, we're on to how to unlock an unstoppable flood of high quality leads into your business. Back to this beautiful funnel I showed you before. So with the leads, we just need to get them down that funnel, like I said, to trust you. And the minute they trust you and they know that you have the problem, this solution to the problem that they have, they will become a dream client. This is all around lead gen. So the biggest priority for you as a business owner will always be lead gen. Lead gen is consistent, like people, like think of them as followers or email addresses, whatever, however you want to think about them, coming into your business, which will then book a call or an inquiry with you, will allow you to cherry pick the best leads because you've got so many coming in. And you can then pick the best ones for profit, growth, and happiness. If you don't have lead gen, you're going to rely on referrals and word of mouth to save you for another month, frantically posting to Instagram and accepting any job that comes in out of fear. The best way to do this is to focus on Taylor Swift. I love her. And I feel like you can all relate. So, do you think she focuses on lead gen? This is you and your business if you focus on lead gen. You might be the best at what you do, and you might even say to your friends or your partner, I'm the best kept secret. Like, I know I'm amazing at what I do. If people could just give me a chance, if people can just find me, if people just book me, I will give them the best work and the best experience. Does anyone feel like that? Like, I'm so good at what I do. I'm not being arrogant. I'm just confident. I'm really experienced, and I just want people to find me. I want people to know I exist. Jesus, yes. Yes, and I know you're all incredibly, incredibly talented at what you do, but you're the best kept secret. And this is because you don't have lead gen. Taylor Swift with lead gen, without lead gen. This is you. If you can continue to rely on referrals and word of mouth, you might be the Taylor Swift in your industry, but you will never get booked out. Okay? Sometimes we just love a good visual as a creative. So with lead gen, your content marketing, your referrals, your collabs, your social media, try to get as many leads into your funnel as possible and then get them to book calls with you and become dream clients. Now, there's two ways you can do this. The slow way and the fast way. We did the slow way for way too long. It was unreliable. It took like, how many hours did it take? Like 10 to 15 hours per week. Completely manual, exhausting. You're either doing client work or you're trying to like create a post and use the correct tags and awful. With paid lead gen, not paid lead gen, paid lead gen, it's scalable, it's predictable, it's much less time because all you have to do is manage the ads and it's automated. Now, when you can focus on paid lead gen, you pretty much can turn the dial up as high as you want for your growth. How much you want to grow is completely up to you because, like I said, it's a game of maths. You've positioned yourself well, you've got your funnel, and then it's just about driving traffic to that funnel. And how much traffic you drive to the funnel is completely up to you because you know it's going to convert well. So if you want 3 clients or you want 5 clients, it's just a game of maths at the end of the day. So if you're relying on all those kind of organic marketing methods, which of course I would still want you to keep up with, you still need to be consistent in there, but then advertising will 10 times your results. When you focus on ads, you can get, instead of 100 leads into the funnel, you can get 1,000 leads into the funnel. And from those 1,000 leads, about 30 of them will become dream clients because an average funnel converts at about 3%. Is someone confused? It's so much information. I'm hoping that I'm doing it in the best possible way for you. So a lead is a person that could potentially work with you. So we need to get as many of them into your business as possible. And the quickest way to do that is running ads. Who's ran ads before? Who's ran, right, let me stop. Who's boosted a post? Don't tell me how many people have boosted a post. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Boosting is like the worst way to advertise your business because you boost, you kind of get a couple of followers, but you don't get any clients, and you're like, oh, advertising's rubbish. I'm not going to do it anymore. I don't even get it. Who's that? So it gives you a really bad experience of boosting. Basically, I would never want you to boost. You would use the back end of Ads Manager and create ads from there. When you run an ad, then that's when you've got a business that is super scalable in a really quick way. Like in a matter of months, you can be getting dream clients coming to you that you've never met before. So when I want you to run ads, I don't want you to think about, probably now you've got a limiting belief around ads not working because you boosted something. Meta has just had that there to gamify the experience and get you to spend a quick £5 or £10. But there's no way to track the data and they're not going into a funnel. So of course it's not going to work. You'll maybe get a few more likes and a few more followers, but it's complete vanity metrics. Whereas if you actually run ads the way I want you to, which is like low cost lead gen ads, so to get as many people into your email list as possible, you can scale it really quickly. Make sense? Harry, feels like a rip-off. I know, that's what they make you gamify the situation and then you don't get any results. So the first tip I want you to think about is, where is your audience? I know you're all creative, so I know Instagram will work incredibly well for your audience. So Instagram and Facebook are usually the best. Who is your one dream client? I want you to build an audience off them. So you're all here today because of an ad you saw of me, maybe on a whiteboard, maybe talking through the woods. I don't know. There's a few ads running out at the moment that you've probably come from of me talking. So you know it works in that way. So I created, all you are here, you're all very similar. You're all creative. You're all relying on referrals and word of mouth too much. I know a lot about you. It sounds really creepy, but I have created an audience on you guys. Okay? So I know when I'm speaking to you that you're all resonating with me. I want you to do that for your audience. I want you to do just one type of client that you love helping and build a whole audience off them for ads and then just run it out. It's literally as simple as that. The third tip is that you only start with lead gen ads. When I say only start with lead gen ads, it is like you have a freebie that is speaking directly to a struggle or desire that your client has, potential client. You throw that out on ads, they click it, they download it, they're a lead in your email list. Does that make sense? So that means that for that person, you're probably spending about £1 to £2 to get them. So £1 to £2 to get that person in with ads. So if you get 100 leads into your funnel, that's around £200 for those 100 leads. If you have an offer that's 5k, 3 of those 100 leads will eventually become a dream client. And if they all buy your signature offer, that's like 15k. This is like blowing your mind. Does that make sense? Say yes if that makes sense. So if we have a premium offer and we run it out to ads and we get them into your email list, it's only a matter of time before they book you. And that's when you start to be able to really see that growth that you can get this year. Dream. Yeah, you can. It is a dream. You only have to spend around $5 per day or £5 per day to get around 3 to 5 high quality leads per day. Now, us as a business, we know how long our clients take to go down the funnel because it depends on how much your offer is, what your type of client is like. So you'll all have a different conversion timeline than us. But we know if we run a lead magnet ad, we know within 2 months, if they're an aligned lead, they'll be booking a call with us. So the funnel for us takes about 2 months to gain trust to the point where leads start trusting us enough to book a call. So it would be about trying to get as many of those leads into your business as possible. With ads, these people here, Megan, Felicity, Ange, they'd never ran ads before. They'd boosted, but they'd never ran ads before. One of them got 2 sales calls booked after 2 days of running. Megan had her first dream client from her ads, I think 4 weeks into running. And she had her first inquiry, and she said, I started my ads last week and I've already had my first customer inquiry. Some of them can come through immediately, some of them take a little bit longer. It's completely up to where they're also at with when they need the help. Amy, the one who got the 18K client, she got 700 people on our email list. She got that 18K client within 4 weeks. And with those 700 emails, about 3% of them will become dream clients eventually. So you've also got those clients that are just going to start consistently coming through that funnel once the trust is high enough. So I'm going to do a quick overview of what we've just gone through so that you can see visually what I'm talking about again, just in case you're feeling a little bit lost. The first thing I want you to do is to position your brand and offer for only high-paying clients. One niche, one offer, one price point. Then I want you to use Meta ads to flood the funnel with as many leads as possible. Once you've done this, you will then install a funnel into your business that has controlled touch points to convert those leads that come in within 1 to 3 months into dream clients. So when I say that, I'm talking landing pages, free guides, email sequence, nurture sequence, the multiple touch points you would need to be consistent, to always be top of mind, to grow trust, and then to call to action to point to a booked call. So slowly you'll be bringing them down that funnel and you'll be turning them into a client. This is the only consistent and predictable way to get inquiries into your business, and you don't have to rely on referrals and word of mouth to make that happen. So with this in mind, if you can install this into your business, you'll have a scalable business built with only the best types of clients. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to enjoy the life. You've all started your business for a reason. I saw a lot of purpose. I saw a lot of freedom and impact. I want you to enjoy the same freedom in your business, than myself and my clients have. So it's time to look in the mirror and really ask yourself, do you want to be where you are now in 12 months' time? Answer yes or no. Hell no. God no. Do you want in 12 months' time to be coming to another workshop to try and piece all the pieces together yourself? Or are you done? Are you done with the free workshops? You might as well end on high. You're not going to get a better one than this, so just call this your last workshop. So nothing changes if nothing changes. If you are still doing the same stuff and expecting different results, it's just never going to happen. So this time next year, you could have had your most successful year from your actions of today, or you could be on that other free workshop just trying to do it yourself and trying to figure it out, which we did for way too long, can I just say. So you are here on the map. You're at a crossroads. You could go either way. You're at that fork. Both paths are unknown to you. You're like, oh, could I take a leap of faith, or could I carry on this path on my own and hope I kind of work it out by myself? You know, the path of least resistance, if I can say that, has been walked before by us. We kind of paved it, and our clients that have come after us. Felicity, she had her highest income month in business after, I think she was running her business for 3 or 4 years. And she was basically booked out with one piece of content we asked her to put out there. She got 10 sales calls from it. She's now scaling her program. She's increased the prices. She's getting better clients in, and she's kind of got this predictable method now to start to scale her business. Alex, he's a 3D specialist, and he came to us and he was like, Nicole, I'm getting work from agencies, quite a lot of work, but They give me the budget. I can't really argue with it. I know they're charging the client like 4 times more than they're paying me. I know I do amazing work, but at the moment, I don't have a funnel where I can get my own leads into my business. So what we did for Alex was we niched him down. So he just focused on beauty brands. So 3D specialist just for beauty brands. Because we niched him down in that area, we could put his prices way up because he was seen as the expert in just that field. And then within the first, I think it was the 4th month, he started running ads. So he built the funnel in the first 3, got really clear on his niche, price, and an offer. By the 4th month, he turned his ads on. In the first 4 weeks, he spent £400 on ads. He got a 7K project come in from a beauty brand. He got a 16 times return of investment, and he could charge his own prices rather than relying on agency. Zita, she came to us when she was in famine, like really bad famine. I remember how stressed she was on the phone, and she was just like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I feel like I'm charging a day rate for agencies to work with me, but I'm not managing to kind of get my own leads in any way. Did the exact same as we did with Alex. Focused on one signature offer, one type of client, started to build that funnel online and started to run ads. Within 4 months, she was completely booked out. She has exploded on Instagram. Every time we go on, she's got a new few thousand followers. She's just gone gangbusters. And she messaged me and she said, I've got so busy now. I've got a brand design project, an icon design project, a logo design project, a brand design trial, 2 signature offer proposals, and I'm still working 1 day in the office. So she's completely closed off now until, I think I saw a post come up that she was booking for September. So again, the exact same funnel I've just gone through with you. That's what she's installed. Beth, she booked out 5 months without referrals. So she was the one that was just really busy, tech support, web design, photography, literally anything anyone wanted. She charges hourly. It was just an absolute mess for her. She completely repositioned herself online to be the specialist for just web design for creatives and artists. And then what happened was she basically, within, I think it was like 3 or 5 months there, booked out in 5 months without referrals. So people were coming through her Instagram. They loved her vibe. They loved how specialist she looked and started to book her. So she 3 times her prices because she wasn't charging hourly anymore. She created that signature offer and then she was booked out without referrals within that 5 months. And she got rid of her terrible client, which is also a massive win. Tom, is this something that would work with LinkedIn? Yeah, so the funnel would still work, but you would need to do your own LinkedIn advertising to kind of get people to the funnel, if that makes sense. So your funnel is built on your website in the back end, like hidden URLs. So thanks, Yuka. And the traffic goes to there. So what we teach is meta ads, the funnel through meta ads, because a lot of creatives and clients are on Instagram and Facebook. Even like the agencies that you want to try and hit, if you want to get in with some agencies, you can still get them through Meta. But then if you wanted to run ads from Google or through LinkedIn, the funnel's still there. So you just drive the traffic to the funnel. So the funnel stays the same. So Olivia, she is a brand designer. She joined us, I think 16 weeks ago, 4 months ago, something like that. And she, within a week of putting this content piece out, she got a 60K client. But before that, she was charging 4K for her branding. She was amazing. She looked like agency standard, but she was charging 4K for brand identity. And I was like, right, you need to stop itemizing everything, because she was itemizing things. So clients were coming back and forth and like, oh, just take that off. I don't need the strategy. I don't need this. So I was like, do not give them an option. Just kind of give them one round number. We created a whole signature offer on that. And then she sold a 60K project. Now her lowest service offering is 30K. Any questions from the workshop today? I would love to answer them. Thanks, Max. Thanks, John. Thanks, Becky. Okay, guys. I will see you all soon. Thank you so much, team. Really, really enjoyed that. Have a great